All right, this is part two. Hope you guys are enjoying this marathon, obviously. So going back to Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer, I'll be hiring him for my Last of Us games. There's a good chance I might even hire him for my Greatest Game movie too. Because he did Inception, obviously, right? I might rehire him for the Greatest Game. And for their unique, I'll hire the composer who worked on Twilight. Twilight has remember you got that nice piece in Twilight. You can hire a composer who worked on Twilight. Have him or her compose your soundtrack. Hire like one or two singers to sing some nice songs, obviously, and hire a composer who worked on Twilight to compose your soundtrack. You're looking at amazing, some nice music for their unique. Got that nice music, some nice, yeah, that nice. That's why it'll be their unique will be an amazing movie. You see me, KJ Appa, we're best friends. You get this nice music when Don meets Josh. Yeah, I'm gonna have my lumberjack beard. Jake has his lumberjack beard. Yeah. Obviously. In the beginning of the movie, when Jake meets Josh as kids, obviously, I'll do a thing where like when we're older, we should both get lumberjack beards, and then when they're older, they both get lumberjack beards. Yeah, Josh has his lumberjack beard, Jake has his lumberjack beard. You know what I'm saying? Josh is a virgin. I want Josh to be a virgin. He's a 30-year-old virgin. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and he hasn't found the woman of his dreams yet. Whereas Jake is not a virgin. You know what I'm saying? I can do a thing where Josh, as a kid, he tells Jake, "Yeah, I don't want to have sex with another woman until I find the woman of my dreams." You can do something like that. And Josh ends up being Dawn, who's the woman of his dreams. And in the movie, they have sex and stuff. They're unique. I'll have it be 14 plus. 14 plus. I'm not gonna have it rated R. No, it'll be 14 plus, obviously. Whereas Xanax, I'll have it rated R, but I'm not gonna show full nudes for Xanax. That's a bit too much. I'll have them show partial nudes for Xanax because showing full nudes is a bit too much, man. The actors might not be comfortable doing that. So I'll have them show partial nudes. You see a bit of the woman's breast. You see the man's shirt off, and I'm saying they're having sex, but it's partial nudes. Partial nudes. Partial nudes you show a little bit, but you don't show all of it. I'm not gonna have full nudes like Game of Thrones. No, that's crazy. I'll do partial nudes for Xanus. That way the actors are more comfortable. Full nudes is too much. Even though it's rated R, I'm gonna have them show partial nudes like tits. You can see you'll see the woman's breast maybe, obviously, but you won't see her vagina or the man's penis. But you're gonna see the woman. You see the woman on top of the man. You see her breast, part of her breast. I'm saying that kind of stuff. Partial nudes, full nudes is too much. I'm not gonna show them full nudes. That's crazy, obviously. But the movies, Dance will be rated R. All my movies will be rated R except for Their Unique. Their Unique, I'll have it be 16 plus. I want it to be a bit darker. That way you create a better story. So me and VJ will have sex in the movie. Jake will have sex in the movie, but 16 plus is only like what is what is only partial nudes. But They're Unique. I don't have to show the nudes for that. I'll just have them have like they have sex, but it's like you can PG-13 sex if you want. But there'll be a lot of make-out sessions, kissing, crazy kissing, all that stuff with Jake and his girlfriend Josh and Dawn, me and VJ. Because we're lovebirds, like this has been crazy with the kissing. Yeah, man, you're looking at an amazing movie. There's a high chance I'll be rehiring Hans Zimmer for Great Escape because Hans Zimmer did Inception, and you can have you can have him compose your soundtrack for Great Escape. I'm gonna tell him like compose a better soundtrack than James Bond, and he composes a better soundtrack than James Bond. Have Hans Zimmer compose. I'll have Hans Zimmer re-signed for Great Escape movie. So I'll have him compose my Xanus soundtrack and my Great Escape soundtrack. For Their Unique, I will not re-sign him, and I'll hire the one who worked on Twilight to compose the music for Their Unique. And I don't know who I want to hire for my other two movies. Has Hans Zimmer? Ivan man, can I compose your Great Escape movie? Yeah, I'll resign you. You know what I'm saying? He's good for that movie too. I'll resign Hans Zimmer for the Great Escape movie. I'll have him be in two of my movies. He's lucky. He's gonna be saved for a good, I don't know, 8 years, 7 years around there, right? For my two of my movies. And he's lucky, obviously. Hans Zimmer is lucky. Hans Zimmer is like one of the best composers in Hollywood. He's even better than Howard Shore because he's a higher ranked composer than Howard Shore. Howard Shore is amazing, obviously, but he's not as big as Hans Zimmer. Hence why I'm hiring Hans Zimmer. You hire the best of the best, that way you get a better soundtrack, obviously. Hence why I'm hiring. Even Peter Jackson, yeah, even though Howard Shore, I recommend Howard Shore, Hans Zimmer is one of the best. Yeah, Hans Zimmer is one of the best composers in Hollywood. I'm going to have him compose my soundtrack, my amazing Last of Us soundtrack, as well as the amazing Great Escape movie. I'm going to have him compose that soundtrack, obviously. I'm going to hire like one woman or two women to sing. I want them to be some nice music. Hire a good like one two. I want to hire woman singers for Zanus. Hire an independent artist and pay her like $300,000 to sing for your movie. Okay, look, make a good, I don't know, make a good 15 songs. I want two of you to make a good 15 songs for the movie. So you have the soundtrack, the score, obviously that Hans Zimmer will compose. I also want a choir too. Hey, look, I want when you compose your soundtrack, I also want I want a choir singing too. You know how in Moria, in the scene in Moria, you have that choir in Lord of the Rings. I want a nice choir music like that for Zanus too. Obviously, right? So you have a choir and he composes the soundtrack, and you hire good two woman singers to sing for your movie, and they create this nice music. I'm thinking of that Tactius song. Again, amazing. That I want that to be the Tactius theme song. That's a sick song. I'm saying. Oh, shelter him, Tactius, Adonai. It's Tactius. Oh, shelter him, Tactius. That's only top notch. Oh my god, Ivan, you're creative. Yes, I know. I know how to. I'm so fucking creative. I know how to tell you. I know how to what. I have all these ideas in my mind. I just come up with brilliant music, brilliant stories. Yeah, because I was born with a gift. Obviously. Even Vijay will be shocked, like, holy shit, Ivan, you're creative. You have all your movies planned. Yeah, I have all my 4 movies planned. I don't have the Western Expo. I don't know what I want that to be, but I haven't really thought about that. But I have all my other 4 movies planned out, man. The detail. They're unique. I already know I know how I want They're Unique to start. Starts off with Dawn. She's a kid. She's a kid, obviously. And she's in school. She's spoiled. She's spoiled rich. She's spoiled rich. She goes to like I don't know private school. So the first like 20 minutes of the movie, there's a good chance I'll have Very Unique probably be 3 hours and like 30 minutes. Because if I'm gonna do a thing where the first like 15, 17 minutes of the movie is about Dawn and Josh and them as kids, how they both met each other when they were kids and they become best friends, and they both say to each other, yeah, nothing will ever separate our friendship. We're best friends for life. You know what I'm saying? And then Josh tells Jake, yeah, Jake. Jake. He's like, yeah. When I'm older, I'm gonna smash a lot of women or something like that. And then Josh is like, Jake is like, I want to save my virginity for the woman of my dreams. You know what I'm saying? He does that, and the moment he meets Dawn, that's when Jake's every nature grows. His best friend. And the moment you have the build up with Dawn and Megan when they're kids too. Nothing will ever separate our friendship. You know what I'm saying Don's like, I want to find the man of my dreams when I'm older. You know what I'm saying Megan says the same thing too. And it transfers later on with Don the airport. They're older now, 20 some years later. Josh works at a bar, makes $3,000 a year. Jake works at some other place, and he's roommates with Josh. Megan owns a successful bar, so she's rich. And Don is moved to Vancouver to live with her. And Dawn does not know that Megan owns that bar, and Megan tells her that she owns the bar. And you know what I'm saying? They end up celebrating at a beach party. You know what I'm saying? That's when Dawn meets Josh, and that's where both Josh and Megan's and Dawn's friends. What? They start to be after nature grows, and they start to betray Josh and Dawn. And then when things get so bad, where like I don't know, Josh gets into a fight, he gets thrown in jail. They hire Josh's boss to fire him, and Jake is conspiring. Jake is in on it with John's family, obviously, and his girlfriend. You have a scene where Josh, I don't know, breaks down in tears. He has to smoke because he's stressed out. He got fired and all that stuff. He's like, what did I do? I said, what did I do to deserve this? I'm saying he has this flashback of his life when he first met Jake, and how they became best friends. And he talks about Jake, how he wants to find one of his dreams. Well, Josh finally found the one of his dreams. He's no longer a virgin because they have sex, obviously. He loses virginity to Dawn, and then he has that flashback of his life when Jake is like, when nothing will ever separate our friendship, and yet what? His relationship with Dawn separated their friendship. Obviously, he fucked up the friendship. Obviously, and he cries. He breaks down in tears. You're gonna see me breaking down in tears. You're looking at what a powerful story for their unique man. It's a satire to my life. I'm making fun of you guys to show how crazy you guys are. I'm making that story to make fun of you guys, to show how crazy and psychotic you guys are. You guys literally do whatever you could to destroy my relationship. Hence why I'm making that movie to make fun of you guys. You guys are fucking crazy people, man. Their Unique will be such a powerful story. You guys might even cry, man, for me and VJ. Because you're looking at like something. I'm gonna have the movie dark, where the movie starts off light, and the family does like evil things to Josh and Dawn, man. They don't want Dawn seeing Josh. They meet in secret. You know what I'm saying? They're lovers, obviously. and Jake is in on it with the family, and they conspire to destroy the relationship. They hire Josh's boss to fire him. Josh tells Don he got fired. You know what I'm saying, I'm gonna have a scene where Don has that same scene. Don, I don't know. Dawn goes out. She breaks down in tears because she has that flashback of her life when she first met Megan. Obviously, and they said nothing when I said about our friendship. Yeah, and then Megan betrayed her. Yeah, and that's why you're looking at a masterpiece. Yeah. Oh my God, Ivan, you're so creative. Yes, I'm very creative. I know how to tell a good story. I was born with a gift. Yeah. Yeah, Ivan, you have all your movies planned. Yeah, I have all my. I already have an in-depth detail of what I want what to happen in all my movies. The Great Escape, Very Unique. I have a great in-depth detail of what I want to happen. I have everything planned, except for the Western Gangster movie. The Western Gangster one, I haven't really given this some thought. I'm gonna have to give, but that's way down the road. I don't have to worry about that right now. But I have like a lot of good ideas for my 4 movies. That's why you're looking. Well, Zanis is based off my book. I have a lot of good ideas for my 3 movies. You're looking at a masterpiece. Amazing story. Amazing what? Movies. See. Hence why They're Unique will have that crazy buzz, man. The women are going to go really crazy for They're Unique because it's a love story. You know how women went crazy for Twilight and Bella? Well, think something 3 times for Ida and VJ. Ida and VJ are lovers. And what? And you're looking at a romance story with Ida and VJ. Yeah. That might be VJ's best movie, most likely, because VJ is a woman. And women love romance stories. I highly doubt. Yeah, even though I love They're Unique, Zanis is the best story. Yeah, Zanis is the best movie out of my 5 movies. You're looking at a masterpiece that I wrote, obviously. And the director who directed Twilight, the first one, I'll have her co-write, executive produce, and direct They're Unique. But They're Unique is only 2 months of. I'll put a deadline of filming for like 2.5 months for They're Unique. It won't. It's a romance, so it won't take that long. Slack work. I'll pay that director a nice, I don't know, $9 million. Pay her a $2 million sign bonus and a $7 million salary start production. As a director, it's They're Unique. It only take me like 2 months to write They're Unique. It won't take me that long. I'll be for the first year. It's a smaller project. The first year, I'll be flying in the actors. I'll be flying in KJ Apa. He signs his nice contract. I take him out, and the second year, there's a good chance I will have KJ Apa train because KJ Apa will be taking off his shirt. Obviously, I'm gonna have to train a little bit too. I'll be in shape. I'm gonna have to train a little bit to keep because I'm gonna be taking off my shirt when I'm kissing VJ and all that stuff. You see what I'm saying here? Yeah. But no offense, even though They're Unique will be an amazing movie, chances are it'll be the worst movie out of my 5 movies because it's a romance story. Romance stories are good, obviously, but like everyone, like just like romance stories are good, obviously, but it's not. You don't have as much hype with They're Unique compared to what? Compared to all the other movies, like The Great Escape. You know what I'm saying? Zanis, Eric Adel himself, the Him Vaughn movie. Chances are They're Unique will be the worst movie out of my 5 movies, most likely, right? Yeah. There's some people who might like it the best. I highly doubt, though. Everyone will like the Last Hope of Zanis the best because Last Hope of Zanis is the best story ever told, and Eric has to tell himself, and so hence why you have crazy hype for that, obviously. See what I'm saying? And that's why Peter Jackson and Mel Gibson, they are lucky because they're gonna. The other directors are lucky, but those directors are good. The director for what? For Lord of the Rings, for the Last of Zanis, he is lucky, obviously. And the woman director who's going to be directing They're Unique, I'll give her some power too. I'll give her full creative power for directing, but I won't give her full producing power. For all my movies, I'm not going to give the directors full power. For the Great Escape movie and They're Unique, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni will be the boss over the directors for the producing side of things. But in terms of creative, as the creative side of things like directing, those 2 directors for They're Unique and The Great Escape, they're the boss. You have full creative power, but I'm not giving you full producing power. Whereas Peter Jackson, and Mel Gibson, I'm giving them full power for producing and directing. When in Switzerland, Peter's the boss for the producing side of things and the directing side of things, the creative side of things. See what I'm saying here? Yeah. Willing to pay Peter Jackson a nice $83 million with his bonus after filming. Because I'll tell you that Peter, there's a high the leftover money from the budget, from the salary budget, I will use that money to pay. That way, we just don't have to take money out of our pocket. I'll use that money to pay you your $8 million bonus after film is completed. Obviously, that way he's motivated to work harder. Obviously, You get your $83 million, which is like, I don't know, 106, $7 million in New Zealand. You get your $107 million in New Zealand dollar to work on my Last of Us movie, and you'll be the boss of my movie. Obviously, you'll be co-writing the script with me, help me and my wife with the main like 8 things, and you'll be what? Helping me and my wife with the console arts with Guillermo del Toro if he's hired. There's a high chance he will be hired. There's a high chance I'll recommend Guillermo del Toro to people. Just hey, I recommend you hire Guillermo del Toro because he helped you on The Hobbit. Obviously, he's probably the best man to help you because you guys both worked on The Hobbit. I heard he left. Obviously, you guys both worked on The Hobbit. Hence why he's probably the best man to help you as an assistant director. I can't think of anyone else to help him better to help him. Obviously, high chance. Yeah, Ivan. Yeah, bring him on board. He's good. He helped me with The Hobbit. Yeah. Bring on Guillermo del Toro, have him be your the assistant director. You can also be the assistant producer. You can have him help out the 7 team. The 7 team are gonna, even though the 7 team can handle all the business calls, they're gonna be overwhelmed with work. Hence, it doesn't hurt to have, you can have Guillermo del Toro help him out a little bit. He doesn't have to help him out like crazy, but look, man, I'm gonna tell Guillermo del Toro, look, man, like 2 to 3 times a week, help out the 7 team with business calls. Help out Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni with the reels. Take the load off them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You can have Dave Filoni looking at the reels. You can, you know what I'm saying. Jon Favreau and Dave. Okay, Guillermo del Toro. While me and Dave make some business calls, I want you looking at the reels for a good hour or 2 hours. Put him to work. Have him help you out. Obviously, I don't pay him $400,000 for pre-production for nothing. I'm gonna find a way to put it where I want him helping Peter Jackson with his directing notes every day too, and I want him helping me and my wife with the concerts every day too. As I'm not gonna pay you $400,000 just to do notes and do the concepts. No, I'm gonna find a way to put you to work, man. I want you helping out Jon Favreau with the reels, help the 17 out with the business calls. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't mind. Okay, Guillermo del Toro, you'll be my assistant producer. Okay, my co-assistant producer. You'll be helping out the 17 with some business calls all year, the first year, obviously. And the second year, Guillermo del Toro. All Guillermo del Toro has to do is go over the directing notes with Peter Jackson every day. I'm gonna tell you, Peter, look, man, I want you going over your notes every day, man. Like the first year, I want you writing on your notes, obviously, and it doesn't hurt on your spare time and the weekends to go over what you wrote, to go over your notes. That way you're prepped, obviously. Okay, Peter, you and Guillermo del Toro, you get your weekends off for the first year, but even though you're off, it doesn't hurt to go over all the notes that you've written. That way you're prepped, obviously. Do the same thing the second year and do the same thing the third year. Go over your notes as much as you can. That way, when production starts, you are all well prepped. Okay, yeah, I know what I want to happen in the first scene. Yes, you're well prepped. That way, you get a good movie. Like if you whereas if you wing it, chances are your movie won't be that good. Obviously, you know what I'm saying. Even though Peter Jackson winged it, the Hobbit movies were not bad. They're still pretty good. The first 2 were pretty good. Whereas the third one was a mess. That was terrible. But the first 2 movies were pretty good. But I don't want Zayn's to be a pretty good movie. No, I want Zayn's to be a masterpiece, like Lord of the Rings. I want Zayn's to even be better than Lord of the Rings. Hence why I need you being prepped. Yeah. Well, during production, I pay you $7 million in New Zealand money. I expect you to work hard and listen to me. Yeah, you're the boss of the movie, Peter. You're the boss over the 17. But like me and Vijay have power over you. You have to listen to me and Vijay. If he doesn't listen to me, I can fire his ass. And so listen to me, obviously. Yeah, I gave you your freedom too, and I'm giving you all these nice perks. I expect you to work hard for me, obviously. And I'm nice enough to give you weekends off. As in Hollywood, I guarantee you the directors probably don't even get time off during pre-production. Whereas me, I'm giving you weekends off because I'm fucking nice. I'm giving weekends off that way. It relieves the stress, obviously. It takes some of the stress off Peter Jackson. If you haven't worked 7 days a week, he won't mind, but he'll be very stressed out. To take away some of the stress, give them their nice weekends off. But all I ask is that during the weekends, that you keep going over your notes. You can even add more. Whenever if you have some good ideas in your mind, you can go back in a section. You can add more details for your notes. See what I'm saying? Write down more details for your notes. See what I'm saying here? Yeah. And I want Guillermo del Toro helping him if he's hired. I'll pay Guillermo del Toro a nice $1.4 million, which is a nice paycheck for the assistant director. As he's not worth any more than that. Yeah, he's a pretty big director, but he's not my director. He's my assistant director. And assistant directors are not worth that much because they're just assistant directors. And so pay him a rich salary because he's pretty big, but don't be stupid and pay him like $10 million. No, he's not worth. That's stupid. That's crazy. Pay him like $1.4 million, which is nice, and he'll accept my deal. He's walking away with like a $600,000 check in his bank, which is a nice paycheck. Which is a nice paycheck for an assistant director. Hence, he'll work hard for me too. Yeah, he gets his nice $1 million when production starts. and he'll be getting a nice salary. See what I'm saying? I don't know, a $25,000 check every what? $25,000 check every 2 weeks, which is a nice paycheck for an assistant director. Get you for $6,000, you can still go on a nice vacation. You can get a nice car for yourself. Nice paycheck for an assistant director, and he'll be going on a tour with me and Peter Jackson too. I was like, okay, Guillermo del Toro, because you're my assistant director, you'll be going on the world tour with me and Peter Jackson and all the actors if we go on that world tour, and your expenses are all paid for, obviously for the flights and feeding. And I'll take him and his family on a vacation with Peter Jackson too, because he's your assistant director. You can take him. He doesn't get a bonus because he's your assistant director, but you can take him and his family on to that nice resort with Peter Jackson 17. I'm gonna book a nice like top high end resort. I want to rent your resort for 2 weeks. It'll cost me a good, I don't know, $2 million. You rent that place, obviously, and then you okay. I want a feeding system for all the what for all the for the families, obviously. The 17 Peter Jackson, all of them, have them feed them, have their feeding paid for during the 2 weeks. But if Peter Jackson, Guillermo del Toro, and the 17, Jon Favreau, and all of them want to get clothes for their kids, go to the bar, go to events in that country, they have to pay with their own money. I'm not paying for you. I paid you a nice bonus, obviously, and it's what? I'm not, and I pay you a rich salary. Peter Jackson is already loaded. He got his nice check. But Guillermo del Toro got his nice check, and what? And the 17 got their nice check and their nice bonuses after filming. And so I'm not white. If you think I'm gonna spoil you completely, where I pay for your beer and you're going to your events, no man. The only thing I'm paying for is you're living at the resort, the nice luxurious resort, and what? And you get your feeding, and that's it. You want to get a beer, you want to party it up with Peter Jackson at that resort, you have to pay with your own money. I'm not paying for you. If you want to go to a nice event in that country, get what? Get nice clothes for your family, for your kids, for your wife. You have to pay with your own money. I'm not paying for you. See what I'm saying? And Peter Jackson and Jon Favreau also get their $2,000 gift card. I'm spoiling them completely, man. You know, I even just spoiled the shit, I would say. He also gives us a $2,000 gift. Yeah, when you go on a tour, gets a $2,000 gift card. Peter Jackson gets a $2,000 gift card. Jon Favreau and all of them get a $2,000 gift. So after me paying you your millions, I give you a $2,000 gift, and I also give you a $2,000 to $3,000 bonus. And so I'm spoiling them, yeah. As you can do a lot of good things with $2,000. You can go to the bar, have a nice beer, take your family to a nice restaurant, go to a nice event. Yeah, I'm spoiling them, obviously. See what I'm saying? I am spoiling them. Yep. Hence why Peter Jackson will what? That's why Peter Jackson and even Guillermo del Toro will beg his house. Hey Ivan, can I direct your Great Escape movie? I'm like, no man, you were good as an assistant director for Zanes, but you're not good for the Great Escape movie. Yeah, man, it's actually funny. I'm saying, yeah, I'm thinking Christopher Nolan is good to direct the Great Escape movie, but he's just gonna cost me more money. He's gonna cost me like $40 million. Christopher Nolan, man, $40 million. If Christopher Nolan were to direct my Great Escape movie, I would give him full power because he's really big. Only the big directors get their full power, whereas the ones who are not that big, they don't get as much power because they're not worth the power. Guys like Christopher Nolan, Peter Jackson, Mel Gibson, you know what I'm saying, Quentin Tarantino, James Cameron, Steven Spielberg, those are the kind of directors that you give a lot of power, obviously. But Steven Spielberg is too old. That's why I'm not. There's a high chance I will not be hiring him because he's like 80 years old, man. The guy's too old, obviously. So I'm saying I prefer to hire younger directors. Yeah, Steven Spielberg is one of the best, obviously, but he's old, man. He's like 80 years old. I wouldn't mind having Steven Spielberg consult, obviously, for maybe one of my movies, but he's too old, man. Like George Lucas is too old to be directing. He's like 80 years old. That's why I'm gonna have him just consult. Help me out. Okay, George, I need you to help me out with the ins and outs of the company. Ivan, I'll help you out. I need you consulting. Help me out. Giving me tips. I need your tips to help me run the company. You own your own company and everything. I need you. Yeah, Ivan, I'll help you. Help me with the legal stuff. All that stuff. Well, legal advisor will handle all the legal stuff. Christopher Nolan's good for my Great Escape movie because he did Tenet, The Dark Knight, obviously, but he's just gonna cost me region more money, man. He's gonna cost me region like 35, 40 million. I'd be willing to pay Christopher Nolan like $40 million to direct my movie if I hired him. A $10 million assignment and a $30 million outside star production, which he would agree to, obviously. I would give him full power. He'd be my executive producer, my co-writer, and my director. I would have him co-write. I'd really mind help me write my Great Escape movie. But chances are I'm not going to hire him. I'm going to have the guy from John Wick and Casino Royale fight for the role because those guys are cheaper. They're cheaper. Because those guys did those James Bond kind of stuff, they're the best people for the job. You have James Bond, you have John Wick. They're the best men for the job. Hence why I'm paying. I'm going to hire one of those guys. Have them fight for the job. And I'll pay, because those guys will gladly do my movie for $30 million. Because those directors are not that big. Whereas Christopher Nolan will not do a movie for $30 million. He would demand $25 million plus, even $30 million plus. Which means he can easily afford, but I don't feel like taking out the checkbook and paying him and paying a director like that much money. Just hire a cheaper director. And if we do, me and Reed are also going to have to pay that director out of our pocket. Whenever I pay a director, I'm going to pay them out of my pocket. That way I have more room in the budget. For the crewmen, all that stuff. The 17. Yeah. Yeah. And that's why Peter Jackson will beg his ass off. Because he's getting spoiled. Ivan, he's when he goes to Hollywood, he's gonna tell all the producers, the directors, "Hey Peter, look, how was it? Look like you had a blast. Oh my God, I had the best time of my life, man. Ivan spoiled the shit out of me. Whereas Hollywood's fucking cheap. You're gonna see Peter Jackson bragging to all the producers, all the directors. Yeah, Ivan spoiled the shit out of me. He paid me an unheard amount of money. I got my freedom. He spoiled the shit. I was taking on limo every day. I got my buffet every day the first year. Ivan owns this nice top-end jet, this nice top-end office, top-notch equipment. He spoiled the shit out of me with luxury buffet, which Hollywood's fucking cheap. Unheard of technology, 50,000 extras. You know what I'm saying? $400 million worth of special effects. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Ivan's company flying on his private jet during the world tour, staying at nice hotels during the world tour. Yeah, he's gonna brag. Yeah, Skyscraper is so much better than fucking Hollywood. Yeah, all the actors are gonna tell all those actors in Hollywood. Because guarantee when these actors go back to Hollywood, all the actors in Hollywood are gonna ask them, "Hey man, how was it, man? It looks like you had a blast." Oh my God, I had the best time of my life, man. Ivan's company kills so much better than Hollywood. Hollywood's shit compared to Ivan's company. Yeah, we're all gonna say that. I'm saying Ivan's company blows Hollywood out of the water, man. Unheard technology for the documentary, the movie, luxury buffet, flown on his private jet for the world tour. As in Hollywood, they fly the actors commercial for the world tour, man. Yeah, man, because Hollywood's cheap. Hollywood can afford to fly the actors privately. They're just cheap. They don't. I don't want to spend a couple $100,000. Let's have them fly commercial because we want to save as much money. Because Hollywood's cheap, man. They're fucking cheap. They serve the actors like shittier food too. You have that big of a budget, you can't even serve them luxury buffet. Easily affordable. They're just cheap. They serve them shittier food. Because Hollywood's cheap, obviously. Hollywood is cheap. Yeah. Hollywood's so cheap they even have what? Sometimes they don't even pay the extras. I remember when I watched that Lord of the Rings documentary, that guy's like, yeah, are we even going to get paid for this? The fact that he said that means, yeah, oh my God. Sometimes Hollywood does not pay the extras, yeah. Because Hollywood is cheap, obviously. Whereas me, for all my movies, I'm paying the actors a rich $180, which is nice. For the Great Escape movie, I only need like 10,000 extras, 5,000. It won't cost me that much. Whereas Zane's, you're looking at like 50,000 plus. You have the 25,000 Wolf Army, 30,000 civilians. You have like 30,000 civilians in 35,000 civilians in Iraq, 30,000 civilians in what? Yeah, man, you're looking at like 65,000 extras in Zane. What I'll do though to save money, because like there's a good chance I might not have enough for 60,000. It might affect the budget. I can dial it down. Okay, for the Wolf Army, let's have an 18,000 Wolf Army, 5,000 civilians in what? In Iraq, 5,000 civilians in the, yeah. You're looking at about 6,000 extras for Zane around there. That's more than enough. Obviously. Something crazy. Yeah. And once these actors go on that world tour, they're getting spoiled with hotel stays, the limo drivers, and the buffet, obviously. Once, oh my God, then they're part of that crazy unheard of fame. and the red carpet event happens, that's when these actors are really gonna beg, man. You're gonna see Idris Elba beg, Ivan, man, can I be in your next movie, man? I want to be in your secret agent movie. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, man, you were good for Zane's, but you're not good for the Great Escape movie, obviously. Ivan, man, I can't stand Hollywood, man. If I go back to Hollywood, I'm gonna be side tension. I'm gonna go back to being a dirty slave. Yeah, I'll make more money, but I'm gonna be the side tension. No one will fucking care about my movie, man. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see them saying that. You know what I'm saying? No one will fucking care about my movie, Ivan. You know what I'm saying? As long as I'm with, I want to experience this fame with you. I don't want to. I don't want to be left behind. Yeah, you're gonna see him begging. Like, look, man. Look, Idris Elba, you were good for Zanus, but you're not good for the Great Escape movie. Idris Elba's actually good for the Great Escape movie. I can see him in that movie. I can see him. You can even have him be one of the couples if you want. But I told you, I don't want the same actors in my movie, man. But Idris Elba is actually good for the Great Escape movie. Yeah, he's good for those movies. But I told you, I don't want, like, the same actors in my movie. He's going to beg, Ivan, please, man, I want to be in your secret agent movie, man, please. I don't want to go to Hollywood, man, please, man. You know what I'm saying? Hollywood's fucking cheap compared to your company. You spoil the shit out of your film. When I go back to Hollywood, I'm going to go back to being flow commercial, eating that shittier food, the shitty budget. You know what I'm saying? Go back to being a dirty slave. I'm going on the meaningless world tour, which is, even though I'm going on this world tour with my big movie, I'm a side tension. I feel like shit, yeah. So let's say the actors go back to Hollywood, they do this big ensemble movie. You have, like, I don't know, 5 of the same actors in one movie, and the movie does $700 million. It's a hit, obviously. I don't know, it's a $100 million movie, does $700 million. It's a hit, obviously. They're going on this tour that you see the fame, obviously. While that's going on, the whole world is tuning into IMVJ's organizational movie, the trailer for that. You feel like total shit, yeah. It feels like as if no one cares about your movie, man. Yeah, even though we're gonna go on this world tour, we still feel like shit. Iron and Vijay are trying online. They're part of that worldwide buzz for the Great Escape movie with Keanu Reeves and all them. You know what I'm saying? And they're left behind, yeah. Because me and Vijay are that special, yeah. As fame without Ivan and Vijay feels worthless and meaningless. I'm not saying their fame is worthless and meaningless. No, they're gonna be famous, but fame without Ivan and Vijay feels worthless and meaningless. I'm gonna shut my camera off here.